Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president-elect, will be sworn in May 29th, 2023. But BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, according to them, dug deeper and they came up with evidences. According to them, they said the results of the February 25th presidential election have been manipulated. They say they have evidences. The National Electoral Commission, Inec chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, declared Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the winner and as the president-elect. According to Inec declaration of Tinubu, they said APC polled 8,794,726 votes to defeat contenders PDP Atiku Abubakar, who polled 6,984,520 votes, and Peter Obi, Labour Party, 6,101,533 votes to come third, and candidate of the New Nigerian People Party, NNPP, Rabiu Kwankwaso, with 1,496,687 votes. Although the opposition parties, especially the PDP and Labour Party, have rejected this declaration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the results that INEC announced, they are challenging the outcome in the Election Petition Tribunal. They are challenging the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. However, BBC investigation has uncovered significant anomalies in Rivers State, a key battleground, saying there are also questions over the identity of an election official who read out some of the unexplained results. The investigation done by BBC revealed that votes did not tally. According to them, they said, we added up the voting tally sheets from over 6,000 polling stations in Rivers State, where many of the opposition complaints had been made. While the official result in this state gave a clear majority to Bola Tinubu of the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, our tally suggested that Peter Obi of the Labour Party had actually received most votes in the state by a wide margin. We found an increase of just over 106,000 in Mr. Tinubu's vote in the official declaration when compared with our polling station tally, almost doubling his total in the state. In contrast, Mr. Obi's vote had fallen by over 50,000. It is important to make clear that although we searched through the election website for every single one of the 6,866 polling stations in Rivers State, we were not able to obtain results from all of them. Some were incorrectly uploaded, others were missing, even after a month from the date of polling. From about 5% of polling stations, the photos of tally sheets were too blurred for us to read. It's reasonable to assume that the official count would have included this, as they would have had the original documents. In another 17%, there were no results at all. Many of these would have been places where no voting took place due to security issues or the non-arrival of voting materials. Others are technical problems preventing officials uploading the documents. So there clearly would have been more polling stations included in the final official results that were included in the BBC investigation. However, these additional tally sheets would have increased the totals for each party, not decreased them. And what we found was that the votes for Peter Obi's Labour Party had decreased sharply in Rivers State. So how can the sharp fall in votes for Peter Obi in the official results be explained? The BBC report added that the first major discrepancy was the Oyigbo local government area, where, according to them, they said we found the vote for Bola Tinubu was 6 times larger in the officially announced results compared with the BBC polling station count. Peter Obi's votes had been cut in half. The second local government area where we found major discrepancies was in nearby Obio/Akpo. The official results for Mr. Tinubu was 80,239 votes, but we counted just 17,293 votes for polling station tallies. The count for Mr. Obi was announced officially as just 3,829 votes, but the BBC counted 74,033 votes for him on the tally sheets. So, how did these differences occur? As explained earlier, all the polling station sheets are collected at local government headquarters. We found an official election document with these collected votes for the Oyigbo area, signed by an election official and some of the party agents. Several different photographs had been taken off it and uploaded on social media accounts. The number in this document closely matched our own tallies for the two leading candidates, Obi and Tinubu. This would have been one of the 23 collation sheets from local government areas in Rivers State taken to the state capital, Port Harcourt, for the official declaration. In front of a bank of microphones, Oyigbo election official Dr. Dixon Ariaga announced his name and that he worked for the Federal College of Education in Omuku. On the recording, the word Omuku is indistinct, but there is only one Federal College of Education in Rivers State. Dr. Ariaga then read out the results for each party in alphabetical order, including for all the smaller parties. All this is on camera. They all match those on the collation sheet the BBC had obtained. But when he reached Mr. Tinubu's APC, instead of saying 2,731 as written on our photograph of the sheet, he read out 16,630. Then for Mr. Obi Party, Labour Party, the figure changed. Instead of the 22,289 seen on the sheet, he announced 10,784, more than halving his vote. According to the BBC, they said we asked the Electoral Commission if we could speak to Dr. Ariaga, but they could not give us his details or reach out to him for us. We spoke to the election official seated next to Dr. Ariaga, but she told us she wasn't authorized to talk to the press. So we sent a reporter to the Federal College of Education in Umuku, about 2 hours drive north of Port Harcourt, where he said he worked when introducing himself. The Deputy Provost Moses Ekpa told the BBC, "From our records, both from our payroll, from our human resources, there is not such a name in our system, and we don't know such a person. We tried tracking him down on social media and eventually came across another Facebook account for someone in Port Harcourt whose profile details had the name Dixon Ariaga. When we compared an image from his account to the television pictures of Dr. Ariaga using Amazon recognition software, we achieved a match of 97.2%, indicating a very high probability they are the same man." Dr. Ariaga did not respond to messages sent by us to his account. By reaching out to his Facebook friends, we did finally manage to speak to a man who said he was a relative, who was at first willing to help us but then didn't return our calls. We put these findings to Nigerian Independent National Electoral Commission INEC, Johnson Sinikiam, INEC regional spokesman in Port Harcourt. He told us that due to a gross shortage of time and personnel, they had needed to take on some people without verifying their identity document. Referring to Dr. Ariaga, he said if he had presented himself as a lecturer from the college in Omuku and otherwise, then he is dishonest. We also approached INEC's headquarters in Abuja for a response to our findings of discrepancies in the results in Rivers State. We were told that they were unable to comment due to ongoing legal challenges. This is just one case in one state in southern Nigeria where the evidence points to the results having been manipulated. On their own, this altered result would not have decisively swayed the outcome of the presidential election. Bola Tinubu won the national presidential vote by 1.8 million votes over his nearest rival, Atiku Abubakar of the PDP. We are still looking for Dr. Ariaga to respond to the findings in this report. This is the investigation carried out by BBC. Yes, BBC. Now, Peter Obi has still maintained that he won the election, but this is just one state, according to BBC, and from what we know, just one state. And We know there are other states. We have states in the southwest of Nigeria where a lot of people might have voted for Bola Tinubu, being that he's a Yoruba man. But then, that the southwest voted for Peter Obi or not, or the southeast voted for Peter Obi or not. Of course, we know that the southwest majority voted for Tinubu, while the southeast majority voted for Peter Obi. Lagos State, there was a lot of, in fact, Bola Ahmed Tinubu lost, but not a very wide margin in Lagos State. And the north of Nigeria is another place where things happened. Peter Obi claimed that he won. The case is still in court. Atiku is a bit silent, although he's also in court. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu is about to be sworn in. What is going to happen as regards this information that BBC has released? What do you think? What are your comments? Should Bola Ahmed Tinubu be sworn in or not? Drop your comment, like and share, subscribe to this channel. See you in the next update.